So we're talking today with Sombuddha Bhadra, and he's a graduate of Living Wisdom High School from Ananda Village. Shom, tell me a little bit just about your trajectory through school, like from elementary all the way up through high school, and how that progressed for you and your brother.
Sure, yeah, I have a twin brother. We're originally from India. We were born and raised there, lived there until we were 9. So we completed school from pre-K to fourth, like about half of 4th grade. We completed 5th grade in LA. We completed 6th, 7th, and 8th here in Oregon, which is where I still live. And then for high school, I completed those 4 years at Ananda Village. When my brother and I were both very focused on science and math. And one great thing about Ananda Wisdom Schools, they kind of change or adapt their curriculum to fit the needs of their students and what field they want to go into. But they're also very good about exposing the students to multiple different fields. For my brother and I, we had already made up our minds by the time we got there that we wanted to pursue science. It was just about what type of science we wanted to pursue. My brother, he wanted to do computer science, and the school was very kind and gracious in making or forming an elective, so a lot of the students could take computer science classes if they wanted to. I think my brother learned to code in Java during his time there. I was interested in medicine, so I was able to learn about a lot of the different types of medicine, allopathic, and osteopathic, and naturopathic, and homeopathic medicine. They also were really great about giving me shadowing opportunities, which is really rare actually. There's a clinic right across from the Ananda Village, which is where I went to high school, and they were great about setting up weekly times for about 3 or 4 hours each week for me to go shadow over there. And then the year after I graduated, they actually held a homeopathic courses each week. So that's kind of our experience with the school. And then since graduation, my brother and I, we both came back to Oregon, completed our bachelor's. He majored in computer science. I completed my bachelor's in biology. He is currently doing his master's at Georgia Tech, specializing in machine learning, which is a subset of artificial intelligence. And I actually, a couple of days ago, got accepted into medical school.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you.
Do you know what kind of medicine you want to go into?
Well, that's another thing about going to school at Ananda. Since the campus that I went to was rural, I was exposed to rural medicine, and speaking rural family medicine. I saw that there were a lot of people around me who were uninsured or underinsured, and they wouldn't go to get the care that they need until it was too late and to go to the emergency room. That got me interested in preventive medicine or family medicine, which is what I have experienced, and I have 5 years experience working at a family medicine clinic. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. But I also don't want to close doors before I know what's inside them. So I'm also kind of waiting to get to medical school, do the rotations, and then see which one I really want to do. I feel like something that Ananda has taught me is to be calm and collected. It's very important in medicine, especially. I actually currently work as a scribe at an emergency department. And a lot of things happen, in emergency departments, sometimes a bit crazy. So just trying to keep your composure through meditation, through yoga, that's the big thing that I was taught at the school. And another thing is the hands-on experience. For us, every week we had a few hours to do an elective, and we could choose what it was. We just had to find somebody to teach it to us. And this was the volunteer opportunity at a family medicine clinic that I received. And I was probably 14 at the time when I started, So I got to interact with patients and talk about medicine, just what I was going to do for, well, at that point, for like the next 50 years. I got that experience really, really early. So I understood what the field was that I was trying to go into. And I guess for some people, it could be like, oh, never mind, I don't want to go into this. But for me, it solidified my desire to do it even more, right? And even getting to know the patients, which is a big thing about rural healthcare, is that there's not that many people live in rural places, so you get to know these people personally and develop that skill of interacting with patients in a professional manner. And then the last thing is probably serving others. We had, I think it was 4 hours of volunteer time each week, and we did a bunch of different things. We helped out at a grave that was in town just to keep it clean and everything. We helped prepare meals. We did some agriculture, took our goats, a lot of different experience. And then another aspect of that was the service adventure trips. So 2 weeks every year, we got to go to a different part of the United States or a different part of the world. We got to go to Costa Rica, Hawaii, India, and we got to help out with making poi at this establishment. They basically fed the local population in Hawaii. So we helped harvest. We went to Costa Rica and we got to patrol beaches to make sure the turtle eggs weren't being poached, because leatherback sea turtles are endangered now. So it was really nice to be able to contribute in that effort. And that also goes really hand in hand with medicine and trying to serve the patient population. Then we went to India, and then we also did a road trip to all the different national parks in Southwest United States.
What do you think made those experiences, like a lot of students do service trips or travel during their high school years, was there anything that stood out about how the trips happened for you guys that you felt like made them as meaningful as they were?
Yeah, so we had to kind of organize the trips and also fundraise for them. So the students were responsible for paying for the entirety of the trip, and you couldn't just go ask your mom and dad for money. You actually had to go out and work your butt off for it. So that also gave a lot of students work experience, which is definitely needed for later in life. I worked at a family medicine clinic as part of the administrative team. I later moved on to the medical team. I think I might have been after I graduated high school, but if I didn't have the administrative experience, I definitely would not have gotten the medical assistant experience. But a lot of the different students did different things. I know one of my friends, he was a tutor, and other people worked at different stores and everything to make money, develop professionalism, develop communication skills, things like that. So earning the money was a big part, and that work experience was a big part. And then another was you had to basically come up with what you're doing during these 2 weeks. So, I mean, I guess if you wanted to, if you didn't want to, you could just tag along, I guess. But most people wanted to have an input on what they wanted to do. And the biggest of those was when we went to India, because we are originally from India, so we wanted to have our voice included in the planning. So we went to different parts of India. We went to the capital in Delhi. We went to where Yogananda was born, in Kolkata, which is where I'm from. And it was really nice for Ananda to also accommodate us to see our family and our friends, because we hadn't seen them since we moved here when we were 9. So that's another example of being responsive to the student base that they have. And then we went to a few pilgrimage locations up in northern India.
Well, I look forward to other opportunities for us to cross paths, and I salute you and cheer for you as you go into your next journey. Look forward to hearing all of the news.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Erica. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.